Chapter 15, A Kingdom Asunder. Outside the dungeon, the clash of swords and the shouts of guards grow louder. You turn to Lancelot, keeping your voice low. It's time we got out of the cell. What is our plan? Lancelot moves closer, but keeps a stiff and proper distance between you as he lowers his voice to a whisper. Do you see the guard? Look at his belt. You casually glance at the guard lounging outside your cell and notice a heavy key ring. Ah, if I lure him close enough, can you do the rest? Lancelot inclines his head gravely. Of course, and I want you to know, Princess, I am still your knight. I will protect you no matter what. Thank God we need reassurance. If any feelings lie beneath the careful promise, Lancelot has locked them firmly behind his impenetrable wall. I trust you with my life. Then lure the guard over, and I will free us. The two of you step apart, and you do your best to seem casual as you drift towards the bars of your cell and raise your voice. Sir, could you spare a sip of water for a poor, broken-hearted woman? Oh my god. Lancelot is bleeding. We need a healer. You expect me to believe that the great and legendary Lancelot was badly wounded in a Holby scuffle? Yes, gravely so. If you won't believe me, I suppose it's time to abandon dignity. You scream, suddenly startling both Lancelot and the guard, and leap towards the bars. Rats! There are rats in here! Horrifying magical rats! Help! Stop your screaming. Lancelot stands ready like a coiled spring as the guard hurries towards the cell. As soon as he is within reach, Lancelot lunges. Ugh! Gotcha. Lancelot grabs the front of the guard's uniform and jerks him forward. The guard's head hits the bars of the cell with a thwack, and he slumps to the floor even though he wasn't fully clad in armor. I'll take those. You snatch the keys from the guard's belt and make swift work of the lock. The cell door springs open and Lancelot charges in the lead, racing toward the sound of battle. Do not stand between me and my future queen. We answer to Merlin now. Then you dishonor Camelot. You burst in a hallway to find a cluster of guards loyal to Merlin, facing down Arthur and Percival. The guards' backs are to you, presenting a tempting target. Sweep the guard's leg, slam into a guard, assess my surroundings for weapons. Yeah, no, I might as well sweep in a leg. As Lancelot dives in the fray on the left, you sneak up on the tall guard on the right. We'll see how well you fight while flat on your back. You wait until the guard is off balance, swinging for Percival, darting to sweep his supporting leg out from under him. Aye! He hits the ground with a thud, his sword skidding away. You sweep it up as Percival takes out the last guard. Guinevere? Arthur steps over the fallen guard to wrap you in a tight embrace. I'm glad to see you well and out of that cell. It pained me to have to leave you there. You did what you had to do in order to keep us both safe. And now we will make Merlin pay. Agreed. It may not be easy. Camelot is descended in a civil war. Knights strike each other. Siblings cross sword against their own kin. We will have to fight many a battle just to make it to Merlin's tower. All of this because of me? No, this is a result of Merlin's lies that he will answer for. But Percival's correct. We will have to fight our way to him. Lancelot picks up a fallen sword from the battle and wipes it clean against his shirt. I may not have armor, but a blade is all I'll need. I don't doubt that, but some protection would help. Luckily, I had servants sneak your armor into the guard barracks. Cleverly done, Arthur. As Lancelot ducks into the guard barracks down the hall, Arthur turns to you. I also had them bring something for you, Guinevere. It is a little more appropriate for a battle, if you want to change. Your enemies are strong, but you are stronger. I mean, I guess. Ironically, this video popped up a diamond choice of 420. Don't at me. Just had to point it out. Arthur retrieves the clothing for you, and you duck back into the dungeon to change for privacy. I'm ready to save the kingdom. You look like you could do it single-handedly. Arthur's eyes warm as he looks you up and down, then reaches for your hand and brings it to his lips. I agree. You could be a queen already, a conquering queen. Indeed. He glances at Lancelot, but the knight looks away, jaw tight with some deeply suppressed emotion. Now let us save Camelot. You enter the castle, making your way towards Merlin's tower. It is utter chaos. Shouts fill the air, servants flee, clashing steel rings out stone walls as knights and nobles skirmish, where the knights of the Round Table used to stand as one. Run! And don't look back!
No, I won't leave you.
There's only one way to stop the suffering. We have to stop Merlin. Several knights burst through the doors and rush at you and Lancelot. Stand down. We have our orders, apprehend them. But the knights keep charging, driven beyond the point of reason. Percival steps between them and your group, his blade ready. I'll hold them off. Percival. I swore an oath, my king, and I mean to keep it. Just make it to that tower. Percival. Make them regret choosing the wrong side. I will show them what happens when you cross a knight of the Round Table. And with that, he raises his sword and rushes to engage the knights. You stare after him until Arthur and Lancelot pull you away. He's right, we must go. You reach the final corridor, one that leads to a courtyard right outside of Merlin's tower. But you skid to a stop at the side of a figure blocking the exit, sword drawn. Your Majesty. Step aside, Sir Gareth. We need to pass to reach Merlin's tower. Lancelot rests his hand on his hilt, carefully watching Gareth's blade. He is behind this chaos, and we're going to stop him, and all who stand in our way. There is a long moment where you hardly dare breathe, until Gareth moves aside and bows, presenting the flat of his sword to Arthur in a show of respect. My trust lies with you, Your Majesty. All I have tried to do is dispel the fighting. It is not your fault. There are insidious forces at work in Camelot. Arthur smiles in relief as he and Lancelot make their way to the courtyard. But as you rush past Gareth, his blade suddenly swings towards you in a deadly arc. No. Arthur deflects the blow, shock and alarm darkening his expression. Your Highness, I'm sorry. Gareth, explain yourself. I don't know what happened. My arm swung the sword on its own, I swear on all my oaths. The moment the words leave his mouth, his arm jerks again as if controlled by some otherworldly force. His muscles strain and he clenches his teeth as he tries to fight it. What is happening? Stop this. Gareth swings at you again. Lancelot steps in front of you, ready to defend. They cross swords and you and Arthur back away as they clash. It must be Merlin's doing. You have to get away from me. I can't hold back much longer. What can we do to counter such vile magic? There must be a way, some form of ritual. We do not have time for such a thing. Then we'll just have to knock him out. Apologies, Sir Gareth. It's not ideal, but it's the best we can do. Anything, please. I don't want to hurt. Gareth suddenly goes silent, his face settling into an emotionless, vacant gaze. He swings his sword at Lancelot, locking blades with him. Fight it, Sir Gareth. It's too late, dude. He's already gone. From the end of the hall, you hear a furious, anguished roar. If you dare to cross swords with my brother Lancelot, you will cross them with me. Oh no. Should have just knocked him out when we had the chance. Gawain draws his sword and charges quickly. Arthur draws Excalibur and meets him, trading swings until their blades lock together. Gawain, stop. Your brother is afflicted by magic. Lies. Gareth would never draw his blade unless he was attacked. Gawain unleashes a flurry of swings, driving Arthur backward until you jump in by his side, deflecting Gawain to a standstill. On our honor, we would not lie to you, Sir Gawain. Suddenly, Gareth breaks his blade free, grazes your shoulder, but your leather armor keeps your sharp metal from slicing into skin. I'm sorry, Sir Gareth, but that is enough. You manage to dodge the next slice of his blade as he turns towards you, then sweep one of his legs out from under him. He goes down hard. Before he can rise, you strike him across the back of the head with the hilt of your sword. Brother! Lancelot presses the advantage of Gawain's inattention and knocks the sword from his hands. I don't need a sword to fight you. I will repay this insult with my bare hands if I have to. Okay. One more blow. This one to the back of the head sends Gawain crumbling to the floor beside his brother. It is done. Guilt and pain are etched across his features as he stares down at his fellow knights, wounded by his own hands. There is no sense in this. He places a hand on his tense shoulder. Lancelot, this is Merlin's fault. You share no blame in this. You did this what was necessary to protect us, to protect them from themselves. The weight of duty is sometimes enough to break one's back. But I can endure it so long as we make the wizard pay. Come, we must reach Merlin if we are to stop this madness. Because I don't think it's Merlin. I think it's some darker force that's played on Merlin's derpism. You rush into the courtyard, clusters of knights engage in scattered skirmishes across the grounds, where you spot some familiar faces. Look! Sir Kay and Palamedes stand between a terrified group of civilians and a cluster of mercenaries and nobles. Stand down, you fool! Why throw in with a weak king who sided with a traitor princess? Speak about my brother like that again and I'll have your head, you knave! Papa! It's all right, dear. Stay behind me. Who are they? What do they want? No need for alarm. Kay and I stand ready to protect you. The menacing group attacks, and the ring of steel fills the air as Kay and Palamedes defend the helpless villagers. What do we do? We're so close to Merlin's tower, but we cannot leave them. Kay and Palamedes are capable knights. Yes, they can defend themselves, but they could help us take Merlin's tower. Diamond choice! Help them. Sure, why not? No knight of the Round Table will fight without aid. Your group charges in, swords at the ready, catching the enemy soldiers by surprise. Oh, where did they come from? Need some help, Palamedes? It's good to face overwhelming odds with a friend. I'm glad to see you holding your own, Sir Kay. Seems like I taught you well. You teach me, after all the times I saved your hide. Brother falls into fight alongside his foster brother, while you and Sir Lancelot flank Sir Palamedes, as the five of you form a wall in front of the villagers. I did not expect Princess Guinevere to be fighting with us. I can't let you have all the glory. I hope one of you knows who we have to thank for this chaos-consuming Camelot. Merlin. I trust your highness's word. Today, then, the traitor Merlin will fall. After we dispatch these ruffians, of course. Attack! A wave of attackers crashes upon you, one of the mercenaries turning to you and swinging. Parry the blow, evade a sword, evading is best. Emboldened by your armor, you move forward, sidestepping the blade as if it whistles harmlessly through the air. Huh? Completely exposed, you drag your dagger and plunge it into the mercenary. Who taught you how to fight? I would like to learn from them. I taught myself a few tricks, and I have learned from the example of many knights at the Round Table as well. Is this your battle to your liking, Palamedes? Ah, it is a righteous fight, to be sure. Imagine the songs the bards will compose. They won't compose anything if these enemies get past us. Stay focused. Help! You turn around to see one of the children has strayed away from the group and hobbles behind a wooden crate. Papa, I'm scared. Hold the line. I'll rescue her. You break from the line of knights, rush to the girl's side, and hold out your hand to her. Come along, Avail. We should get back to your father. But the fighting is scary. I know, but it's safe behind the knights. You have to be strong right now. I can't. You pick up Avail and cradle her in both arms. Then I'll be strong for both of us. Guinevere, watch out! As an enemy guard surges past the knights and lunges at you. Ah! Kick the guard. Use the top of the crate as a shield. Protect Avail with my body. Crate as a shield. Grabbing Avail tight in one arm, you quickly grab the top of a wooden crate and hold it out. The sword cuts into it, stopping inches from your hand. The guard tries to pull it out, but it's stuck in the wood. Huh? Guinevere. Arthur slashes the attacking guard from behind, sending him to the ground. Now we'll teach him to target the vulnerable. You're so strong. Yeah, I held up a box. Yay me. I must be, for the people of Camelot. You carry a veil to the safety of the civilians behind the knight's line. Thank you, Princess. See? Aren't we having fun? Fun? Sure, why not? You know, I'm reminded of the "My name is Antonio Montez, you killed my father, prepare to die," and how much fun he had with it, so you know. There's nothing like a good fight. He tilts his head, surveying your opponents. Anyway, I fought worse. They don't have nearly as many claws as the questing beast, only blades, and they can be persuaded. Ah! Palamedes catches a sword with his own, then twists his wrists in a delicate but decisive motion. His enemy sword flies out of his hand and through the air. To drop them. Show off. Keep attacking and earn your pay. You spin around and find your back solidly against Arthur's. And you, Arthur, are you enjoying yourself? You feel a low chuckle rumble through him. I must admit, fighting side by side, besides K, reminds me of simpler times. Do you miss those simpler days? Sometimes, but I would never wish to go back. No matter how complicated the present might be, now I have you. Arthur, we can flirt after we win. Eyes on the prize, Your Majesty. That is all the motivation I need. You both duck at the same time, avoiding a high swing from one of the treacherous guards. But before either one of them, or either one of you can strike, a rock smashes into the guard's face. A veil! I'm being strong. I want to stop the fight. Then I will fight alongside you. Who is with me? You are a former knight, Sir Brain. The rest of us are not so skilled in a fight. That does not mean you're powerless. Your strength is Camelot strength. And the strength lies in your will, fellow citizens, ideals, will. As long as your enemy cannot break your iron will, you can win. She's right! To arms, my friends! To arms for Camelot! They grab the makeshift weapons. They can find tools, sticks, fallen swords. Hi, Maxwell. How are you? Defend the future queen! Together with the villagers, you attack, driving your opponents back with the sheer determination and force of numbers. The peasants are fighting? Oh my god! What every ruler and lord in the land always feared was peasants coming after their head. A veil hits the lord in the shin with a rock as a villager clobbers him with a punch to the face. Fall back! Run! As they break and flee, cheers erupt among the citizens. We did it! Victory! Glory to Camelot! Excellent work, everyone! Listen up. Sir Yvain is sheltering people by the royal barracks. Go there and she will see to your safety. But as far for the rest of us. Once the last of the civilians have safely crossed the courtyard, Kay and Palamedes turn to you. Well, what are we waiting for? Shall we take the fight to Merlin? You hold your sword aloft to the tower. You rush up the stairs to Merlin's laboratory, but you are not the first to reach it. Sir Agravine and a cadre of guards stand waiting for you, with swords drawn. Not so fast. Agravine? I thought we locked you up away, cousin. Some of my men freed me, just like you freed these traitors. You were the traitors drawing your swords against your king. Our king has been bewitched by this sorceress. Merlin is delusional. He's spreading lies. I can assure you that I am under no spells. Spells or no, you still have become weak. You spare enemies rather than strike them down, reward posturing knights like Lancelot. When Merlin is done, Camelot will be strong, untouchable, and true power will mean something again, as it did in Uther's day. Oh, God. Agravine draws his sword and stands in front of the stairs to the top of the tower. Stand aside for your king. We don't wish to hurt you. We have already spilled the blood of our comrades. We do not wish to spill the blood of another. You think you can draw my blood? I'd like to see you try. You already lost numerous times. I'm gonna need you to shut up. In a fury, Agravine flings himself at you, sword raised high. No. Arthur lunges in front of you, raising Excalibur to block his blow. Steel clashes loudly enough to almost drown out the noise of the guards descending upon you. Get them! Not today, wretches. We'll handle them, Arthur. Seat Agravain. The knights charge forward, and Kay slams into a guard, sending him flying into a staircase. You're not even fit to fight in a joust. Palamedes pirouettes around a series of strikes, his blade dancing in deadly arcs. Oh, or a training ground for that matter. Facing off against Lancelot and Arthur, Agravain struggles to defend himself against their blades. Ah, where's your power now? Agravain raises a sword to strike, but Arthur trips him backwards, sending him stumbling back into Merlin's table. Cousin, I know you can do better. For a terrifying moment, everything is the clash of swords, grunts of pain. Finding any way to help in the chaos, you pick up a globe and smash it into a distracted guard's head. As he hits the ground, another vision crashes into you. The next few moments play out so clearly. An enemy guard sneaking up behind Arthur, his attention focused on Agravain. No. Death to Camelot's enemies! Blood splashes across your vision, blotting out everything, and you know in your heart that the blow was mortal. You're slammed back into your body just in time to see a guard sneak up behind Arthur. Shove Arthur out of the way, warn Arthur. Arthur, look out! Arthur spins gracefully, ducking beneath the guard's sword before countering with a swift strike with Excalibur. Oh! And now you strike it in your king's back? I mean, you lost your honor already? I will end you. Agravain sounds furious, but a giddy thrill rushes through you. That vision was a warning, and it let me save him. As the skirmish plays out, it's clear the fighting is turning. Palamedes bounds away from the falling guard, his sword already cutting down another in his path. Oh, take that! With heavy swing after heavy swing, Kay viciously batters a guard's desperate defense until he buckles under the might of the blows. And stay down. Soon, Agravain remains, blocking the stairs to the top of the tower. Know when you're beaten, yield. Never. He snatches a bottle off of Merlin's shelves and crashes against a sword. It's liquid coating the blade, and then it ignites, engulfing the blade in flames. Will you force us to kill you? He swings his sword, and the flames leap hungrily towards Arthur and Lancelot. Both stumble back, putting their bodies squarely in front of you. I will force you to try. He lifts his sword to swing, the flames roaring hot enough for you to feel, when suddenly something whistles through the air. A shard of ice crashes into Agravain's blade, temporarily dousing the flames before they roar back. You idiot. Morgana strides into the room, blazing with anger and the crackle of power. Morgana! Morgana. About time you showed up. Chaos has consumed Camelot. Be grateful I made it at all. Stay out of this, Morgana! I gathered from all the fighting that Merlin had betrayed Arthur in some way, but I never expected to find my own family turned traitor. I am no traitor. Just a man tired of seeing false nobility rewarded instead of true strength. Merlin will make this a kingdom where the powerful can reign. Not for the likes of me. The only power he respects is his own. Merlin can spin all the tales he wants. Morgana raises her hands, power crackling between them, forming a glowing blue light that molds into an icy star between her fingertips. But only Arthur is fit to rule Camelot. Is she... Magic. I knew it. A chilling breeze stirs her hair, tugging it towards Morgana as she snarls and hurls the power at Agravain. What the? He jerks his flaming blade up to block the attack, and Morgana smiles as the magic wraps around it, dousing the flames as ice crystals crawl up the length of the sword until it shatters in his grip. I would quit now, cousin, unless you need another lesson. Desperate, he lunges for a sword abandoned by a fallen guard, leaving himself open to you. I don't want to stab him. I'm going to throw a potion at him. I'm going to turn him into a frog. You grab the nearest vial off of one of Merlin's desks and throw it. The thick glass breaks against him, sending him to the floor as a foul-smelling liquid covers him. Ah! Please stop further embarrassing our family. Armored footsteps trample up the stairs from the ground outside. Keep mocking me. You're the ones running out of time. Morgana flicks her other hand and the heavy wooden door slams closed. Arthur, go. Deal with Merlin. Are you certain, Morgana? Morgana glances at the three of you, a fearsome glint in her eyes. She is not hiding her power anymore, and she fairly seethes with it. Leave our cousin and his foolish lackeys to me. Don't forget us. You have our blades. Bring them on. You quickly race up the tower stairs with Arthur and Lancelot at your side. At the top of the tower, Merlin stands in the center conducting an arcane ritual. Remove the blight. Cleanse the memory. Power gathers between his upraised hands, but instead of the pure, bright blue of Morgana's, Merlin's magic is a deep, bloody red. The color of the comet? Eddies of power spiral down from the passing comet to writhe between Merlin's fingers. He seems oblivious to the chaos and violence unfolding across the city below, his eyes fixed on a silvery surface hanging in the air in front of him. What magic is this? In the mirror-like surface woven by Merlin's spell, you see moments that you recognize. Thank you, Your Majesty. It is kind of you to come all this way. Ah, even now that I know you're safe, you should not have to face your new home alone. I'm happy to have saved a lovely woman from such an untimely end. You are both in terrible danger, and if there's any hope of stopping it, I will need your help. I wish to marry you because I am in love with you, truly and unconditionally. My kingdom will be yours tomorrow, but my heart is already there. These are all moments from my time in Camelot. So, Arthur, you truly have been so spellbound as to choose her over me. You jerk your attention away from the visions of your life in time to see Merlin's gaze fall upon Arthur, infuriatedly disappointment fighting across his features. I am your mentor, your protector, the man who gave you that crown. And Guinevere's the woman I love, a woman who has always chosen what is right for Camelot. I thought you would do the same. I will, Your Majesty, as I've always done. This is right for Camelot. You just can't see it yet. You fail to see that Camelot is in flames because of you. The destruction is a temporary price to pay for securing its future. My spell is almost complete, and when it is... Merlin looks at you, and the smile that curls his lips chills you to the bone. I'll erase your existence from the memory of this world, and from the minds of anyone who has ever loved you. Oh, that was short and sweet. Alright. I mean, you know, I didn't know he was Thanos. Well, I'm serious. Without further ado, thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It'd be great to have you here. And head down the description of the video. Plenty of cool things to check out. So let me know in the comment section below what you thought about the chapter today. Have you checked out the Getaway Girls yet? And hey, let me know just how's your day? How's your week? Hopefully it's good. If not, let me know why. Hopefully I can help. Thanks again for watching. Catch y'all later. Peace out.